said yesterday that you hadn't talked to LaJoie, so just want to check that you hadn't talked to him.
Nope.
Last day. You said payback is coming. How would that be? Is there are a lot of ways to pay somebody back, just not giving them room or taking them out. Can you expand on that at all?
Nope.
You think he wrecked you on purpose, like that he was sending you, or he just messed up when he was trying to bump you, or?
I don't know. Ask him.
Is there any concern about saying publicly that you're going to do retribution or anything like that, and like, putting it out there so NASCAR knows?
Is what it is.
I want to ask you about your shoes. I just noticed they're Olympics. Is there a particular Olympic theme there that you're supporting, or what?
No, just thought it would be neat to support our Team USA Olympians that are going over to Paris to play and compete, and also in the same breath raise awareness for the Bundle of Joy Fund and do a little fundraiser with our fans, with Rowdy Nation and whatnot, to try to raise some money for our upcoming gala that we have in October, and then the recipients gifting that we do throughout the year.
Are you going to go to any of the Olympics?
No.
You've talked for a long time about frustration with how people have driven, and you've talked a lot about, hey, look at how the guys did it in the past and how they handled it. Do you feel, with nothing being done, that you are being backed into a corner where you're going to have to respond on the track with the reaction, as opposed to, you've talked for several months, years about this issue? Do you feel like you're being backed into a corner that you have to respond on the track now with your vehicle?
No, I don't feel like I'm being backed in a corner where I have to respond. Just racing's racing. If stuff happens, stuff happens.
It's just, you know, it's already been frustrating. It's just like one more log on the fire. It's just adding to the frustration.
What?
The past week.
Sure.
Do you know if will RCR, will you guys be taking a couple weeks off, the people of the shop, or is there an urgency to keep working through this break because you guys are behind?
I'm not sure. That is an RCR question on how they're working with their people and stuff like that.
Richard's in the past has been very upfront about likes his drivers to be aggressive and stand up for themselves. You guys had a conversation about how to handle this LaJoie situation?
We have not had a conversation.
He said that that there's more changes coming, to the team, to the organization. Are you kind of in those conversations? Are you aware of what's coming, and is there any feeling about what the kind of plan ahead is?
A little bit. I've certainly heard of some names and some rumblings. I don't know if any signatures have been put on paper or whatnot to get some of those people in. I know we lost one, meaning we did not get him, so that's that.
Do you want to be involved in those, or do you just want to just step out and just drive and let RC handle it?
Yeah, I mean, it would be kind of nice to know, I guess, and they have been bringing me into the fold of some of the names and whatnot that they're looking at, but honestly, besides the people that I've worked with before, I don't know anything about the people that I've never worked with before, so that's kind of hard to judge their character, their work ethic, their genius level, and all that.
Are you going to get away from this for a couple weeks, or are you guys is Braxton going to be racing? You guys race through the break?
No, we're gone. We're overseas, so we're taking our first trip away.
Is that you looking forward to just disconnecting from everything?
That'd be nice, but I'm sure there's no complete disconnect. There's going to be emails blowing through, I'm sure. So we'll take what we can get and have a nice time.
I'm sure you prefer to be running better, but you're one of three guys who have won on the oval here who will be in the race tomorrow. What's it mean, do you think, for NASCAR to be back here? And what's it like to celebrate after winning here? And it's the Brickyard 400. Is it good to have that back?
Yeah, I mean, the Brickyard's great. This is what we all wanted to have here and be here and doing, is racing the oval. But the road course is what we had for the last few years, but now we're back on the oval. So I think everybody's gotten a little bit more excitement around that, and hopefully the fans show their excitement around that, and they'll come out and support it. But other than that, trying to go for a win. We've got a long way to go, and we'll see what happens.
You have a lot of.
times.
The highs, you experienced so many wins and losses, but are the highs higher and the lows lower in a place like this? Is it Daytona, Darlington, or something different? Or does it matter where it is? Winning is that special level, and when you come close and lose, it's still that frustrating. You've gone both. You've had both experiences here. So that's what,
Yeah, winning at the Crown Jewels is obviously way high. Those are some pretty high moments and some really, really cool special days, and you cherish those when you have them.
and heartbreaks.
Way more severe, for sure. Yeah.
When you go on McAfee, you know the style of that show. Like you know, they want a certain, you know, they don't want somebody to be boring or flat. So you have to sort of bring your A game. Are you comfortable in that environment? You know, because a lot of sponsors, you know, be like, oh, we want our guys to go on McAfee, but you seem to do a good job of walking up to the line without going over it.
Yeah, maybe just the relationship I have with him. He's fun. We've had good times of hanging out before, so we've got, you know, a little bit of a friend relationship that you know, he could have gotten a lot further and probably been a lot worse in his questions and his prodding, but you know, we got good respect for one another, so I felt like it was good and fair.
Kyle, when you have an incident like you had at Pocono, how do you use that as a teaching moment for Braxton?
Yeah, great question. I don't know. I guess just showing him and telling him about things that are okay in instances in which when you're racing together, you're going to have close quarters, you're going to have contact, things like that. But when you have instances in which you get drove over, then those are moments that aren't acceptable as a race driver, whether you're doing or receiving.
Last question.
What are your expectations for the double compounds coming to Richmond in 2 weeks?
Not much, really. I think the biggest difference, though, is just the NASCAR not telling you when you have to run them, right? So I think that's where we're all kind of been like, hey, you want to create some separation? Allow us to create our own separation of when we want to put them on. And so with this car, what can be really interesting with it is if you put them on and you want to gain track position, you can put them on earlier and get yourself up front, and then put your other tires on, your controls, I call them, and hold the competition off that put the softs on. So it'll be dependent on how all that looks, but I would imagine guys are definitely going to hold you know, their last soft set for the last run of the race to try to end on those if they can.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Steven Stumpf of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.